little intro to my video. I did go on a run today. However, I am back from my run. I am clean. I am dolled up. I survived. It was my medium run today. The goal for my medium run is to eventually get it to the 10-kilometer mark. Right now it's at 8.6 kilometers. And today, I will not tell you if I accomplish that. You're just gonna have to watch the next couple of minutes. But I will tell you, I survived. Alas, that is how I am here. You're welcome. Enjoy these clips, and then I'll do a little recap at the end. I'm about to head out on my run. It's 5:36. It's a medium run today, so I think it's only like 5.2 miles, which is 8 something kilometers. I don't even know. I'm too tired. I'm gonna just do big loop, small loop, home. Big loop, small loop, home. It's gorgeous English there. Okay. 5.35 miles done, which is approximately 8.6 kilometers. Yeah, gotta be honest, that was like a really, really tough run. My legs felt swollen the entire run and like sore and swollen from my workout yesterday. My recovery is usually a lot faster, but I'm also getting my menstrual cycle, so my sleep is kind of impacted. Not kind of, it is impacted. For the starting of my cycle, I get really hot for a couple of days, and so I get really hot while I sleep, and my sleep just goes to bleh, just like that. In saying that, my nutrition's also been garbage, which impacts my sleep and my recovery. So today was just like a compound of all of those things together to make for a decently difficult run. I wasn't even going fast. No. But it's done. I'm so proud. Yummy. I'm gonna go for a walk. This is now Luna's time. Don't mind my mom here. This is now Luna's time because she's a good girl. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to YouTube. If I think a little bit more about why today's run was so difficult, I honestly think that if I had my nutrition in check, it would have been fine. Like, I've had runs where I've had lack of sleep, but my nutrition was on point. And I'm not saying you can't snack or have fun or enjoy joy-filled foods. I'm not saying don't have chocolate or ice cream or whatever the heck it is that you really enjoy. However, I think because of the way that I've been eating, I'm lacking a lot of nutrition, like deficient in a lot of things. So I have to be a little bit cautious in regards to that so that I can make sure that my recovery is on point, because right now that affected me this morning. Like, my recovery affected me during my run, or my lack of recovery affected me during my run. When I'm well fed, meaning I know I'm getting enough vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in my diet on a day-to-day basis because of the foods I eat, which is really consistent throughout years of my life. I feel great. And so, though there's moments that are difficult in some of my runs, it's not usually the whole run. And it was the whole run with like small windows of, okay, I might be able to survive, which I did, obviously. But yeah, just something to think about for future. I have my big run coming up on Friday, which is 2 days from now. It's Wednesday. And I really want to set myself up for success. So I'm going to try my best these next couple of days just to be making sure that I'm getting in wholer foods, eating enough food, and, praying for a really solid 9-mile run on Friday. Yay! Okay, so as you know, I did end up running the 8.6 kilometers. How sassy of me. However, it sucked. It's so funny because, like, this is the first run since I started running again
in the past 6 months that was consistently hard. The first one, that's it. And I didn't have a terrible pace. However, it's a lot slower than it felt. It felt like I was pushing myself hard in regards to like my legs for how slow I was going, okay? Which is really depressing, which is why I called it smiley face tear run today, because that's how it felt. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay, so I did 8.61 kilometers. It was 51 minutes. I had a 5:56 per kilometer pace, 5 minutes, 56 seconds per kilometer pace. It's very chill. Like I think that's a 9:34 per mile. My Garmin is miles, my Strava is kilometers. It's a mess. I don't even know why I'm like this. Okay, no, I do know why I'm like this. I like my Garmin being set up in miles because 5.35 miles sounds way better than 8.6 kilometers. It's less. It's less. So when I'm telling myself, oh, I only have to do 5 miles today, it feels way better than like 8 or 9 kilometers. It just sounds nicer, you know? It has a ring to it. I trick myself into thinking I'm doing less work when in reality miles are longer. But because it's a smaller number, it feels shorter. Anyways, I put increased and hit my mileage intended today, so yay. Woo woo. Swollen and sore legs the whole way, so ouch. Not woo woo. Sad woo woo. My splits, I started at a 6-minute 30 per kilometer pace, and my finishing pace for my last kilometer was 5 minutes and 37 seconds. So I did speed up by about a minute per kilometer throughout this, but it was just disgusting. I just was not a happy little clam. And I kept thinking to myself, it's gonna get better. And then it just didn't. It just didn't. I was thankful. This is like the first time ever that I was thankful there were stoplights, which is hilarious. Anyways, there's a few things that play into this. I talked about them a little bit already. Nutrition is definitely a factor. I have not been eating a full range of foods. If sugar was a food group, I've been eating that. However, it is not a food group, and so I have been lacking in my vitamins and minerals, and I ran out of multivitamins, so I haven't been taking that. And then on top of that, because I have not been eating well, and I've been drinking so much caffeine, it's ridiculous. I have not been sleeping very well, and that is an issue for days in a row. I looked at my Garmin, and it's been like almost 5 days straight where I've had a really rocky sleep. In any case, what I'm going to do, because I do have my long run this week, and my long run is going to be, oh gosh, what was my long run last time? Where's my activities? I'm so not used to Strava. There we go, my activities. Woohoo, look at me go. Yeah, I should Matt talk myself all the time. This is great. Okay, so last week's long run was 14.24 kilometers. And I want to increase my total mileage this week by 10%. That's generally the flow of things for runners. And so I'm going to aim to get that to at least 15 kilometers. I'd like to do an even 15 kilometers so I can end my week strong. If my body's not into it, I'll just do the 14.24K again. That's not an issue. However, I'm going to try and set myself up for success so that I can do 15K on Friday morning. What's going to be really nice about Friday morning is that Joey doesn't work, so I can actually sleep in a little bit longer. So instead of waking up at 4:30 in the morning, I can wake up at like 5 in the morning or 5:30. 4:30 is just ungodly. Anything with a 4 to start the day just seems mean. But I do it to myself because I really like this. The benefits of me running that early in the morning outweigh the negatives. And what I mean by that is the benefits of running that early means there's no stoplights, there's no traffic, there's no people. So I can get into a pace and I can just run the entire time, no stops. And that's actually really helpful with training. And it allows for me not to have to run on a treadmill. I'm not a keener for the treadmill running. So yeah, that's the benefits of running that early in the morning. The negatives are the fact that I don't have to, but to make that time work, I have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, so that I can get that done before Joey has to go to work. So I have enough time to get back, walk Luna, get Joey to work, and then come home. If I go after I drop Joey off, there's so much traffic, there's so many stoplights, there's so many interruptions that it doesn't feel like a true run. It doesn't feel like true capacity as to what I'm trying or intending to run. So yeah, in any case, that's why I wake up at ungodly hours, because then I don't have to deal with all the distractions and chaos of the morning. So yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, 15 kilometers. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do so that I can run 15 kilometers? Because I can do it. I mean, I'll crawl it if I have to. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to, but I could. I am going to, and I have been so far today, eating whole foods. So I did my oats this morning with strawberries and some cinnamon and salt and peanut butter. Always peanut butter. And then I had a banana, and then I had a bowl of shreddies with protein milk. So I actually mixed a scoop of protein powder into almond milk, and that is the milk that I have my cereal with. And then I have clients, so I'm likely going to eat a quickie little snacksy poo. I suspect it will likely be toast with some cottage cheese for some protein. And then I already have veggies and potatoes cooked for tonight and some chicken. So that will be my day. And then if I want to snack later, it doesn't matter. At least I know then that I got a decent amount of nutrition in, and I feel as though I've gotten enough protein in, because I am still weight training at the same time as doing all this other stuff. For my sleep hygiene, just making sure I'm in bed by 9 p.m. the next 2 nights. Yeah, and just go from there. I'm really excited to keep going though. I went a little bit further today for my medium run. I want to cap that at 10 kilometers for a bit once I get there. And then my long run, I want my longest one to be 22 miles, and I want that to happen a month out from May, which would be April. Why did I say it like that? So bad. So eventually I want my long run to be at 35 kilometers. However, I do not care for it to be at 35 kilometers until April, so that I don't kill myself. And that will be the longest I will run until the marathon itself. That is the game plan as it is right now. If y'all have questions, please send them in. If y'all have suggestions, please send them in. I've never ran a marathon. The longest distance I have ran is last week, which was the 14.24 kilometers. At this point, these are the longest distances I've run. I've always ran short distances. That has been my jam, and now we are swapping to long distance, and it is a new ball game, but I'm very excited to be keeping on going, and I hope that by the time May comes, I'm just boot scooting, and I don't even care about nothing, and my body's just like, yeah, we know what we're doing. Built for this. And if it's not, that's fine, because just like my long run, I will just crawl the marathon if I have to. Anywho, I'm gonna let you kittens go. I will have Joseph starting to participate in these more as he starts to train more. He came on the 5K run. I incidentally paced us a little bit too fast. That was my fault. I have to get used to him running with me, and I have to be able to check in more frequently with him to see where his pacing is at. I have this unfortunate habit that if I'm running with somebody and they're keeping pace with me, I think they're fine. Or if I'm running with somebody and they're like kind of slightly going like ahead of me at times, as in they're overpacing themselves and then pulling back, I think that they want to go faster. And so I am learning the ropes of pacing. I'm very excited for him to start training and for him to really love the process, because then I'll have a little buddy to do it with. And he's my best friend, so it'd be nice to run the marathon with him. Likelihood is, and I am not pleased to admit this, but the likelihood is that he will have a better time than me in the marathon, because he has a better VO2 max than I do. And I'm working on it. But in any case, he has a better view of Tumex. So I'm still happy for him. Whatever. We'll just do the best we can, and that's all that matters because we've never run a marathon. And then from here, we can do whatever we want. That's probably a good place to end it. I'll chat with you soon.